Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Shining Force 3. Alright, so we've got everything set up. I am going to buy Danteri's lance. He should be fine for now with it until, you know. No, I don't need to talk to you. I need to come over here and buy something from you. Alright, so we're gonna buy Danteri's lance just to have one. And we won't bother equipping it right now, but we have it. Alright, so that should be everyone. Alright, so we're gonna go, and we're gonna go see if we can track down what happened to Julian. Because, remember, he just fell off. Have we gotten enough rest? Yes. We should make our way across the bridge, over the rapids to search for Julian. So, yeah, I guess we're not going to bother trying to climb down directly. I guess that would not make sense. And then we can come over here and look at the ruins. You would think we'd be able to enter the ruins outside of combat, but no. Are they smoking? Oh no, that's just... it's weird. I was like, if it was smoking, that'd be awesome. Alright, so we come over here, and we enter the bridge. And much like Shining Force 2, we have a battle on a bridge. So, I love this song. This soundtrack, the soundtrack to Shining Force 3 is just so damn good. Once across this bridge, we'll be in Espenia, back in Republican territory. I don't see any sign of Julian. I wonder if perhaps he was swallowed by the rapids. ... The area around the waterfall basin is the fastest of the rapids. We'll have no chance of catching up. It's Garzel! Are you searching for something, Republican rebel? And I'm surprised you didn't notice us. Do you feel that safe having reached Baron, or are you just preoccupied? You Imperials are far more tenacious than I expected. Won't you let us return home in peace? You have caused a good deal of trouble for the Empire. Why should we let you pass? 'Cause we didn't do anything wrong. You're a bunch of assholes. That's the inner monologue I'm expecting Symbios to have. You have abducted our Emperor and declared war against the Empire. We will not allow such outrage. We don't have your Emperor. We didn't declare war. Forward, men. We're the most elite force in the Empire. We shall eradicate Symbios and his treacherous compatriots. Don't let even one of them escape our wrath. So, we are going to get snuck up on. While we were searching for Julian, what an infernal time to run into the Imperial army. However, we have no choice but to prepare for battle. It's true. I fear for Julian, but we can't risk our cause for him alone. Be careful against General Garzel. He is strong and has defeated many. He will be very well prepared for us. Yeah. No. Alright. So, like I said, because we don't have Julian in the Force anymore, Justin immediately enters, and this is not really a good fight for him, because these slopes are going to slow him down. And then we have a ton of choke points that are just going to be even worse, because most of them are just outside of attack range, because they are, as you can see, 2 spaces wide. So, yeah, that's fun. Also, we have some items. We have a chest way the hell over here that we're going to have to get with Eldar, because Eldar's our only flying unit, so thankfully we don't have anything to worry about range-wise from them. And then I believe this rock, one of these rocks, maybe it's one of these rocks, I think it's one of these rocks, has a piece of mithril hidden in it. I believe it's that one. Alright, so let's see what we have enemy-wise, shall we? We've got Kaiser Guards, Kaiser Permanente, still pretty much the same thing. Imperial Knights, Same thing. Mega Loader, not a threat there. We do have new Birdmen, Wing Knights. HP of 28, movement of 6, attack of 27, defense of 20, agility of 18, luck of 2. They are spear-wielding knights, so not only do they fly, they also get extra range for their attacks. Wonderful. Alright, and then we've got more Mega Loaders, more Master Mages, and then we have the boss himself, Garzel. HP of 95, movement of 6, attack of 33, defense of 24, agility of 15, luck of 9. Carrying a broadsword and an attack bracer that's not equipped. That would actually probably do him a little bit better if it were equipped. So all in all, not really a difficult fight. I believe we are also going to get sidetracked in this fight, so to speak. I believe once we hit a certain point, there will be a series of story information that will alter the parameters of the fight, so to speak. So we will have to worry about that. It's not anything that we can't really handle, but it's going to be fun nonetheless, because it will slow us down a little bit. Alright, so let's see. My other Centaur's movement is 7. So their movement is 7, Justin's is 5. That's really what kills Justin. The fact that even as a Centaur, he has worse movement than any other Centaur. And then he is just as susceptible to any sort of terrain effect that would slow a Centaur down. So there's a reason why we're not going to be using Justin. I really don't know who my final force is going to be this time. Normally I plan that out by about this time of who I'm going to use. I don't know what force I'm actually going to end up with. Because I'm going to try to follow my last playthrough and have everyone leveled up to an extent so that I can take advantage of more units, because for those of you who watched my previous Let's Play of this, you know how the final fight is split up into its multiple sections. So I'm going to try to make sure everyone in my force is formidable. Oh, hey, look! I can attack. Let's attack. And one shot, really? Okay. 1 XP. I really didn't think promoting at this stage would have made the game this silly, but apparently it has. So that's something that we got to look out for. All right. But as I was saying, I kind of want to have everyone useful except for Penn. Because I know better. Everyone's like, oh, you could level him up, he's useful, he's worthwhile. No. There is no amount of information that will ever change my mind on that fact that unit is useful. His friendship bonus is useful, I will admit that, but that's still a whole lot of... No. Yeah, so, anyway, I don't really have much, anything neat to talk about this episode, because we've pretty much covered a lot of the actual story stuff. Like I said, I really do love this soundtrack, though, because I love the Shining Force 3 soundtrack. A lot of people do not like this particular composer. They like to... but I've noticed that's a thing, especially with Japanese-influenced games. I'm not going to say JRPG because there's a whole host of argument of what defines JRPG. What's a JRPG? Is this a JRPG? Is that a is it? And I'm not even going to get into that. But just I've noticed that there is a great deal of back and forth over Japanese composers. They either really love them or really hate them, and I've noticed that there's really not much of a middle ground, which really entertains me. That, you know, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, we really hate this person. This person's work is so derivative, and I hear so many different complaints talking about, you know, work being repetitive or derivative or, you know, uninspired or very rarely do I hear arguments of the music doesn't fit the mood, the music doesn't fit the art style, the music doesn't fit the gameplay. It's all, you know, a completely different set of personal preferences that I'm just amazed by. And art's one of those things. Music, arts, you know, those are all very subjective. It's all going to boil down to the individual. What do they like? And you're never going to be able to convince someone who hates death metal that, you know, this particular death metal song is what would change their mind. They're just going to be like, no, I just don't like death metal. The same goes for, you know, any number of media. Like, I'm not a fan personally of most rap or any country for that matter, and, you know, I'm not expecting anyone to ever really be able to change my mind about that. Not unless it's a song that really doesn't fit that genre the way the genre is defined. Like, if you have a country song that's, you know, done by someone like, have Linkin Park do a country song, I'm not really thinking that's country. I'm thinking that's Linkin Park doing a country cover, which is not the same thing. And I don't see that being, you know, following that particular argument style. But I've noticed a lot of people that do not like the composer to this game, their reasons for not liking said composer are not what I would attribute to the composer's style, or, you know, they come in with a dislike for the particular composer, and, you know, they're going to compare it to all of the things that they dislike instead of hearing it for its own merit. And I'm not a sound person, and this goes for, you know, anything that's subjective. Like, just take it on its own merit. Like, if you didn't know, like, don't look up who did what. Like, I don't know who did the character designs for this game, but, like, I'll say, just my experience, I really like the character designs for Scenario 1. The character designs for Scenario 2 get a little and then by Scenario 3, I am really disinterested in a lot of the character designs, which, like, just take a second to wrap your head around that one. That the same game, but over the course of 3 parts, I get less interested because the characters get a little funkier. This one, you know, they're all, you know, pretty standard mythical fare. By Scenario 3, you're getting into the weird stuff. Like, I think you get 1 centaur in Scenario 3, and then you get a unicorn instead. Like, that's okay, sure. But I tend to take it on its individual merit. Like,
now bear my Arctic blast.
A lot of the character designs for, say, the Final Fantasy series were done by, you know, the same group of people. Like, you have the Yamato art for all various characters. And you know, I like Amano's art style. I don't particularly like his versions of some of the characters, but looking at a lot of the characters in the Final Fantasy universe, like, I really don't like the character designs for Final Fantasy VIII. Like, it just seems a little weird that you've got, you know, military students, basically, and, but while they're on campus, they're wearing, you know, particular uniforms. When they're not on campus, they're wearing, and actually, you know, out fighting to save the world, they're wearing whatever the hell they want. Alright, can Justin take him out? Justin probably can take him out, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna see if I can find, yeah, this rock here has a piece of mithril. So we're gonna get that. So that's the one with the mithril, and then we're gonna have to send Eldar over, which means Eldar's not gonna get into a lot of combat at this point in time. Alright, so let's show off Justin. Alright, 16 damage. That's actually not bad. That's not terrible damage at this point for a ranged unit, but his movement... What is Hayward's movement? Hayward's movement is 5. So, I mean, it's got the same base movement, but it's very... Alright, I have to inspect that because... Yeah. Because you can't just stay near something that you can inspect. So... But listen, I've been rambling about, you know, musical preferences, which again, it's all subjective, and I just take that as it will. It's all your own personal preference. But it's just one of those things. Like I said, I find entertaining about how people dissect and analyze certain parts. It amuses me to no end. Alright, so I'm hoping to get to the story part. Alright. Because what's gonna happen is, I want to say it's gonna be this section here is where everyone's gonna show up. So... I'm trying to get that set up. I'm gonna leave a couple of I might have to move Eldar for one. I'm gonna try to leave some of the heavy hitters back here because I know what's coming. I know what's coming. I just don't remember where the trigger for it is. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I'm going to block a lot of this so that they can only move in certain formations before I move people forward. And then we're going to go from there. And yeah, we're going to get attacked. That's fine. I kind of wanted that so that, you know, we could lure someone forward. But I'm going to put some of my more tanky individuals along there, and then we're gonna try to move forward some. Alright, so let's do that. Probably not the smartest, but I'd really like Eldar to level up. What is her to next level? 77. Alright, so you're not exactly tanky. You're not exactly tanky. But what I can do is I can take out... Actually, no, we're not going to take out... Because You're kinda tanky. You're not tanky. So I'm going to have to move Symbios back. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deal with what I know to be an upcoming attack by positioning a little bit better. Alright, Khan needs to level up as well, so you're probably not going to kill it. Oh, hey! Fantastic! Still only 7 HP, and I've really got to end this episode here, so I'm going to move Danteri's there, and that should block everything that's going to come after me. Because, like I said, I know what's coming, I just don't remember where the trigger point to it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, and then in the next installment we will just kind of continue on, and see who and what we can take out quickly. So, because it's looking like we've hit all the mega loaders, and the mega loaders are the slowest thing, so they're the last thing to go. Alright, so yeah, I'll end this episode here, and I will see you all in the next installment. So till then, later everyone.